Alright, here we are, game number 1, ERARE versus ASW here on ERARE. Green team in the northern spawn will be ERARE, running Montana, Schlieffen, Moskva, Minotaur, Venezia, Shimakazi, Haruguma, Grozvoy, Daring. Meanwhile, in red, we have ASW running Montana, Schlieffen, Busta, Salem, Moskva, Harugumo, Hoffman, Regalo. Oh my lord, what is this? What have you done? No, I hate this. Right, I'm fucking reinstalling my mods after this game. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Also, I can't draw them. PSC, what have you done? What is this mod pack? It is awful. I'm switching back to my mod afterwards. Anyway. Let's go have a look at the builds at least. I can go have a look at this. Remind me to never use PSC's mod pack again. Right, so let's have a look. Shimakazi here, Swift and Silence, you know, stuff. Harugumo, Smoke Mod, AFT, RPF, that's Shimakazi. Total builds, fine, nothing special. Daring, we got Grozvoy here, Legendary Module, RPF, Superintendent, Turret Traverse, Engine Boost Mod. Moskva, Legendary Module, sorry, that's Grozvoy, my apology. Moskva not running the Legendary Module, Moskva running the Reload mod. Minotaur here is going to be a Radar Minotaur, he's going to be running, you know, standard kind of stuff. Montana, basic stuff, going to be running DCP mod instead of prop mod in slot 4. It's an option, I don't personally like it. Schlieffen, full IFHE secondary, and again, he's running DCP mod rather than prop mod in slot 4. Let's have a look at the red team builds. Hoffman here, Hydro mod slot 2, nothing really special. Moskva, Legendary Module, Radar mod, Top Gunner, etc., standard stuff. Regalo is a bit of a choice. It's an interesting choice. RPF, no AFT. Salem, RPF, no Top Gunner, no outnumbered. IFA. We got the Schlieffen here, IFHE secondary, no Demolition Expert, no prop mod. No Hydro mod in slot 2 either. Montana here, standard looking build, although he is missing a signal. Well, this booster is also missing a signal. They are literally free. Also taking the slot 4 and 2 AA modules, which I guess is fine if you're planning on shooting down a bunch of players to get your consumables back, but Harugumo, leg mod plus RPF, no AFT, improved survivability expert, no last stand preventive maintenance though. We've got Salem here, reload, radar mod. Standard stuff. Initial deployments. I would love to use my pen and paper, but unfortunately that's not included in the mod pack I've been given. PSC, screw you. I'll switch back to my mods later. It just means we're going to have a couple of extra superfluous things I don't like. Anyway. So it looks like community is going to be sending over the ACAP. We have this Harugumo, Minotaur, and Grozvoy for a couple of smokes for this Minnow, the Radar Minnow. Should be doing a lot of zone control. Montana is hovering between B and C. He's looking for cross shots over and anything parked up here. Eventually he'll rotate over here. Maybe he looks for something to pop over there. Daring going to be contesting. There's that salvo that we're on about. Daring going to be contesting here. Schlieffen going to play Hydrobot here. I would recommend taking the consumable module in slot 5 there. So you can, like, you're planning on being perma-spotted by Hydro anyway, so you may as well keep your Hydro uptime and your DCP uptime and your heal uptime as high as possible. Moskva plays Radar Bot over both caps. Can I at least get the radar range on screen? He doesn't get full coverage of D, but he gets coverage of B and C and a lot of coverage on D. And then you have your Grozvoy parked over this side and able to spot there. Venezia, Shimmer are going to be playing push, kite, just general B annoyance. Shimmer spots, Venezia slaps. That's the general idea. Moving off the red team, we have the Hoffman as a Hydrobot inside the A-cap. We have a Regular behind that for DPM, plus a Salem for training. Salem's radar does not fully cover this cap, but he gets quite deep into it. If he moves up to this side, he has full coverage, but he's in a lot of danger if he does that. Moskva has a radar range over quite a lot as well. Schlieffen eventually might decide to go make a wander down there. Wusta has the radar bot on this side. Doesn't get full coverage of D, but does get full coverage over this at least. Maybe get some farming done. Not entirely sure what's going on with that. Montana sits there. Groz, Salem, smoke plate, smoke drain. So let's see if we can find where the action looks like it's being occurring. And at the minute, it looks like it's the Hoffman who's currently suffering at the hands of everything. Montana salvo at the side of him. He's managed to beach himself up against the island. Didn't get full coverage, so now he's like broadside open to Schlieffen. He's got the Montana's on him. We got the peppering from the Minotaur, Harugumo, and Grozvoy. And honestly, he's probably going to be a dead Hoffman here. He'll be dodging as much as he can, but yeah. Yeah, Hoffman just getting caught deep in that radar. Deep in that Minotaur radar. Got the cap, but died for it. What's happening over at his side? Worcester radar comes out, spots the Schlieffen and Moscow, but honestly, he's not going to be doing much. Recontest should be coming in relatively soon from the Grozvoy, Harguma, and Minotaur. They do have a Salem radar and a Moskva radar that they have to sit and tank through, so you're going to see how they play with that. And apparently Montana just clapped the Moskva, so yeah. Yeah, he just got turbo clapped. Was that a one-shot? Was that just a dev strike? Was that a flat-out dev strike? I don't know. I don't have that mod. Great. I don't have the damage counter mod. Yeah, I'm going to switch back to my mod pack so I can have a look at the damage counter mod. That's quite annoying to include. Oh, well. I think he just got one-tapped. I think he literally just got one-tapped. Well. 1 for 1 on the trade so far. I need to get rid of this mod. I don't like it. Recontest is in progress over at A, and we see Regular took a lot of damage during this. I guess he was spotted by the Grozvoy, and then we just had the Minotaur, Haru, and Groz on him. But yeah, Grozvoy's managed to retake A. Regular being forced to smoke out of there. At some point, Daring stole the B cap too. Schlieffen is spotted right now. Sorry, the Daring did get spotted by Schlieffen, did take a little bit of damage there. Heavy push happening over at the D cap. Harguma, Salem, Montana, and Worcester all moving forward. Now that the Moscow has been dealt with, they have the potential to push this quite happily. Harguma drops a smoke for Salem. And this should be a free cap. I mean, you will have to worry about a couple of Schlieffen salvos coming around this corner. But yeah, the Salem and Harguma should be able to take this cap quite happily. Worcester needs to be careful with positioning. Montana took a huge salvo there. This will bring one cap back to ASW. They are going to be taking 2 to 1 against them though still. We're now in a position to start farming away at the Schlieffen. However, we will be taking a lot of damage for this from both the Daring and the Schlieffen secondaries. And the Venezia. Yeah, Venezia saying hello there. We just need to be very careful of his position here. Can't be too exposed when he's farming. Currently, Shimakazu providing that spotting. Another Venezia salvo coming in. Not as painful as the first one. Regular rotating into the gap between A and B. How's this push doing down here? You see a radar is active from the Salem. Salem kind of just getting chased down by this Groz, Haru, and Minotaur. There's a chain resmoke available from the Grozvoy afterwards as well, so they can get the Salem even further up, and they can go all the way around here. Get it even behind the Moscow and Schlieffen. Yeah, Salem's going to be starting to farm away on the Schlieffen now. So even the Regular's getting involved, but he needs to be very careful. He is, like, you know, right up in front of that Montana. And there's the Montana salvo. Yeah, that hurts. Now, Daring going to be opening up in this too. Schlieffen too. And also, this is this Regular's deep within the Schlieffen's Hydro too, so this might just be a dead Regular. It's a cut that you did not have the opportunity, like, you should not have tried to take that cut. Regular trying his hardest to, like, dodge in between these islands here to, like, get safety. Should be still another Montana salvo available onto him, especially if he beaches there. Montana salvo comes out. Predicts the turn. Claps, takes him down. Yeah, that Regular just got caught. Caught trying to take a cheeky cut that you didn't really have the... That you shouldn't have tried to, basically. Point situation looking pretty good for ERARE right now. ASW down to 1 DD and it's the Haraguma. Although DDs for the contest aren't really that important at the center because you're planning on being... You expect it to be Hydro the entire time, spotted. Although, saying that, they did just... ASW did just somehow take that cap completely for free. Salem got chased down in the corner. He's going to die there. Simple fact of the matter, he's going to die over there. He's going to delay his death as long as possible. Does have another heal in 7 seconds if he can get to it. Does actually get to the heal, so you will delay this a little bit longer. Trading a little bit of damage back towards the Haragumo. Points-wise, still looking in favor of ERARE, especially if they take the Salem down. That'll be 3 ships to 1 killed. However, the Schlieffen is looking to start to suffer here. Moskva has entered the B cap. I expect the Schlieffen just goes for this at some point soon. He's being peppered from behind by, Montana took a huge slap there. Yeah, Schlieffen should be going down here, but in return, looks like the Moskva is probably going to go down too. No DCP available, no heal available for the Schlieffen goes down. This blob of ships is going to be, we'll get back on that as well. Venezia did take down the Montana though. Yeah, ASW running out of ships now. They are in control of 2 of the caps. They have a possibility of getting on the B cap as well, but like they have to, you know, face tank a Montana to do that, along with the Minotaur and Grozovoy and everything else that's getting involved. The Worcester's probably going to end up dying. The Monster's probably going to end up dying. Then you just have the Schlieffen that's trying to take everything. Salem and Harrogate are not really in a position to do anything to help at all. Even Daring's opening up from max range. The Worcester trying to finish him off. Worcester does go down. Moscow not going to be far behind. And that will be game 1, probably going in the hands of ERARE relatively soon. As this game finishes up, I'm going to go sort out my mods really quickly, because they seem to be a little bit cursed. So let me just... Let me just... There's my res mods folder, and then I'll restart my game after this. I should get my mods back. Maybe a little superfluous information on the screen, but we can't really get it over, but it's fine. Salem goes down to Venezia. Salvo just leaves the Schlieffen and Haragumo floating around, wasting time, as the team tries to reassess, plan their next game strategy. Next map will, of course, be Sleeping Giant in the best of 3. Let me get my game restarted. Boom. Let me get restarted. How long that takes. That takes forever. World of Warships. You have the slowest loading screen of all time. Do I have my training room shot? I do not have my training room shot. Oh, we're in the training room. We're going with Sleeping Giant next. Let's have a look, see what's been happening in the other games. Select region. Wait, why does it have a region set up? Anyway. Let's have a look. What's going on with the other games right now? That's not the full, doesn't have the full list of, it just has the picks and bans, doesn't actually have the game results on the scene. Right, we'll be if this game goes 2-0 to ERARE, we will be switching over to another series to watch the game 3 of that. Okay. So it looks like currently the UI is a little bit fucked on tournament. Well, it looks like Unskill are 1-0 up, NCT are 1-0 up. In Group 1. Let's go to the tournament website and have a look. Inspect, interact. We're looking for the domination groups. Yeah, this WL, that's not actually a final result. It's just somebody fat-fingered on the back end. That's actually just like whether somebody's won their first map or not. Yeah, we're still looking around for that. I don't have chain room chat right now, so I can't tell you what's going on. But you can see who's ready up. Let's take a look at the next map anyway. Just Sleeping Giant with the altered cap layout. We have the center cap. We have the outside C cap where you'll probably be seeing a lot of smoke play. A cap is always a clusterfuck. If somebody goes behind the island and eventually dies, everybody else sits next to the major islands and just waits to die. Radar bot usually parked near B along with their daring. That's generally the plan around there. Looking at the schedule for today, well, filling time here. We are expecting to do this series, and then at 2:30 we should be expecting to do our second series because teams will need a break after this. No idea what the fuck I'm going to do for the half hour between that, but you know, you can probably find some time to kill. And then we will have the second series of the day, sorry, third and final series of the day taking place at approximately 4 PM UTC. So basically we expect 1.5 hours per series plus, you know, cool down afterwards. 20 minutes a map, etc. Because teams do need time to do picks and bans, and also to have a brief break, stretch their legs, drink some water, pretend that they don't hate their lives, consider playing another game, mess up their ships. Anyway. Looks like we have pretty much everybody is ready up for yeah, this is, so the UI is a little bit fucked. Tournament's a little bit fucked. Both teams have a full team of 9 ready to go. Should be dropping soon. Dropping very soon. We are in game number 2, ERARE versus ASW. Green team in the Northern Spawn will be ERARE running Montana, Salem, Moscow, Minotaur, Shimakaze, Harrigan with Daring. Meanwhile, in red in the Southern Spawn, ASW going to be running Montana, Kremlin, Worcester, Salem, Moskva, Brennus, Haragumo, Hoffman, Daring. Take a look at the builds. And hopefully my pick ban overlay didn't break. I didn't actually check that during the last game. Yeah, it should work, right? Should work in theory. Anyway, we do have like our actual mods again, so we can see damage and draw on the map and stuff. But anyway, let's take a look at some builds for these players. Salem here is going to be running radar. He's not going to be running anything particularly fancy. Minotaur is also going to be running radar. We've got the Haragumo with the smoke curtain plus EFT RPF. Survival expert. Montana, slot 4 DCP, slot 4 DCP for this Montana too. Very slightly different builds. One's got for more cooldown reduction and spot play mod. The other's got for fire duration mod, DCP mod, slot 1, sorry. Moskva, DCP duration, slot 1. Salem, radar, not taking superintendent, instead taking outnumbered and third duress. Daring, relatively standard looking stuff. I think that was pretty much everyone. I'll go up look at the other team. Yeah, my ban overlay does work. Okay, wonderful. Daring here, relatively standard stuff. We got the Haragumo here. Smoke mod. Rudder shift mod? Rudder shift mod, no last stand, no preventative maintenance. It's definitely a choice. We then have the Salem here. Just standard build. Worcester. Looks like we might have a restart, so guess we're gonna get back to the training room soon. Yeah, looks like somebody's called for a restart. We'll go over the builds again afterwards. I've got my training room chat back. Player failed to connect. That's why the restart was called. Oh, well, the players got left in the training room apparently, because this game is yeah. World of Warships. A technical marvel. Dropping again. There we go. Right, welcome back to our second attempt at game number 2 of this best of 3 series taking place on Sleeping Giant. Green team, the Lone Spawn, will still be ERARE, running Montana, Salem, Moskva, Minotaur, Shimakaze, Haragumo, Daring, and red will still be ASW, running Montana, Kremlin, Worcester, Salem, Moskva, Brennus, Haragumo, Hoffman, Daring. Quickly back into the builds. Went over these quite quickly because we've already done them. Those Daring with regular looking stuff. Salem had outnumber Top Gear Gunner, no Superintendent. We had the Moskva with reload mod over leg mod, also taking DSP mod slot 1. We had the Shimakaze running the legendary module smoke mod. Also, yeah. There was the Haragumo with smoke curtain plus AFT, RPF. We had the Minotaur running radar and nothing really exciting. Salem with nothing really exciting, also running radar. And then the two Montanas both running prop mod or DSP mod over prop mod, and then slight variations in their builds. One's running spotter mod, one's running a DSP mod. One's running better cooldown on the repair, one's running an extra heal. Back to the red team. Brennus improved Adrenaline Rush from Jean-Jacques Fonho. We have the Daring here, the standard looking build. We have Hoffman here, Hydra Mod slot 2 as expected, BFT, you know, all that good stuff. We got the Moskva here, legendary module, radar mod, etc. Montana again, DSP mod, not taking prop mod. Kremlin here, reload mod, prop mod, full tank. Worcester, standard looking stuff. Honestly, no AFT or outnumbered though. We got the Haragumo. Haragumo build was a little bit weird, if I remember. No, yeah, the Haragumo build was a little bit weird because he's not taking preventive maintenance, he's not taking last stand, and he's taking rudder shift, which is a bold choice. But hey, I guess the plan is I don't really need those because I'm not planning on being spotted while smoking. So I don't know. There's a reason for it. I'm not entirely sure why you would do that. It's very risky and not take these two skills. It just means your in caps are going to be that much worse for you. Initial deployment, green team sending over the ACAP. We have this Haragumo Salem, who will be able to put exit radar pressure in that smoke screen over here, potentially make a play onto this island. You have the Moskva, who's going to be playing up here, running along this island back and forth, contesting this and this. He pops his radar, the Daring smokes up, shoots this. That's basically a crack. Montana sits here, looks at shots over there, then rotates over there. This Montana will be looking for shots onto this position, or this position, necessarily, and then he can also rotate up to here. Salem sitting here as a radar bot is an interesting choice. He will be able to get some damage done farming onto that spot as well. He also has the opportunity to shoot anything that's approaching up here. And then we have Minotaur and Shimmer who play here, smoke, cap, etc. Red team deployment. Brennus rushes that island. Hoffman hydros that island, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is here. We have the Moskva, who's going to be, again, trying to get to this position. Kremlin potentially is a tanking push. Daring sits here, contests, fights, this Daring. He's probably going to suffer quite a lot because he's going to be 3-on-1 with both Moskvas and the Daring against him. Well, there's the Worcester at this position who might be able to potentially get involved in this as well, but the Worcester's probably going to try and rotate off. Yeah, look for farming onto that, or to, well, that was an interesting one. And then we've got Haragumo Salem doing that kind of stuff as well. So, obviously, initial trading is going to be happening at the B cap as the Darings reverse into each other. Both one forces smoke, one doesn't. Bit of damage trading both ways. And nothing else to write home about. Although we do see the Montanas did a little bit of trading as well. One, the Moskva took a chunk, and well, the Montanas took a chunk. Radar's coming out over at the C cap here, as you see the Minotaur and Haragumo meeting of the minds. Now, Salem does get massively outranged by the Minotaur radar, but in a 1v1 fight, Salem should have the advantage when it gets to it. If it gets to a 1v1 fight, that's a different story. We see the Montana salvos coming in. Yeah, Salem radar, as we see, the Salem is outranged. Oh, big hits onto the Salem. Actually connects to the Citadel, because the Salem's deep in that radar, and Montana salvos landing in. Minotaur's still going to be raining away onto him. The Salem's just sitting there, taking it like a bitch. Ouch, that's painful. Yeah, Salem, are you disconnected? What's going on here? Hello? You're just sitting there. Salem just dies. Alright? Salem just dies. I assume a disconnect or something happened there. Yeah, that that looked like a crash or something happened there. Kind of painful. Kind of painful. Moscow Radar going to be following up on this Hoffman. Both radars actually have the Salem and the Moscow Radar going to be making sure we're going to get as much damage down with this Hoffman as we possibly can right now. So a big hit in the background occurred somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly. Looks like the Montana got chunked. Yeah, Hoffman's suffering here. Montana got on him, Moscow on him, Salem on him, Haragumo on him. Is Hoffman going to die? Hoffman doesn't have access to a heal, so all this damage is permanent as well. His last residual shells are coming in. Not going to be connecting, not going to be fishing him off, but he's out of the battle. He's completely out of the battle. He cannot play the game anymore. Well, notice the ERARE have pretty much sealed this game up already. They can't be contested at C, they can't be contested at A. The only thing is, can they get all the potential to lose their Salem or Haragumo in this cap? Right now, they're just farming this Brennis in the corner here. Hoffman can't play. Kremlin never even got into position. Haragumo enters the cap. Moscow Radar not available for 79. And, well, Brennis is not in position to hydro. This cap should be completely free. Only potential for a denial. Oh, Moscow gets slapped. What hit you? Was that the Montana? It was one of the Montanas. Yeah, it's Montana from over here. Yeah, this is looking really painful for ASW right now. Haragumo takes A. The only real recourse is this potential mid push here from ASW to try and make something happen. But good luck with that one. As we see the Moscow burns out in the background there. You see Haragumo's now getting ran down by the Minotaur Shimakaze. No longer having the support of his Salem, who kind of just evaporated off the map earlier. And it's not looking very good for ASW right now. As the Salem rounds the corner onto everything, question mark. Montana takes the top of the face. I mean, what's going to punish the Salem? Worcester doesn't have tops. Darren can't really do much. Worcester's pinned in position here. Darren going to be opening up a lot. Kremlin is pressing W. Brandis is pressing W as a desperation play to try and make something happen here. Argon would manage to escape for now. Yeah, it's, I mean, the Moscow did just take a chunk of the face from the Kremlin, but he's still alive. Kremlin is blocking one cap, but, you know. Well, ASW are pushing this cap now. Torpedoes from the back end from the Shimakaze towards the Worcester, forcing him forward. Salem's are still ready and waiting for him if he actually does come around that corner. Cross shots from the Montana. Brennan's goes down from just Haragumo farming. Montana Salva comes in onto the Kremlin. Moscow gets chunked in the face. Moscow might go down, but it's still not going to be enough to actually matter at all. As soon as the Kremlin fires a salvo, this Salem can just... No, Salem can't really do much, apparently. Yeah, it's looking messy. What's happening with the Salem here? Sims decided to make the play around the back end of him. Yeah, Musker goes down somewhere. Oh, that'll be that Musker on that corner. Yeah, Salem just chasing around this Worcester. He needs to be very careful not to give too much side to it. He is now currently crossfired by the Montana and Worcester, but the Worcester's not going to be doing much damage right now. And Salem has a nice angle on the back end of the Montana. The Kremlin's pushing forward, I guess. I don't really know what's happening over there. Just desperation plays after they lose so many ships so early. Daring now kind of like tried to rotate over to help his Kremlin, and now he's going to be a focus of some ire. Montana getting absolutely turbo whacked. Daring open water gunboating him. Salem looking for shots on the Daring that's parked up between the two caps in the Thunderdome. Worcester still being farmed. Montana still being farmed. Kremlin still sitting there. This is over. Montana goes down. Leaves 5 ships remaining. There is still, like, you know, that Haragum over there. He's currently trying to gunboat the Minotaur to death. Hoffman on no health. We assume at some point their Salem's going to just go walk around the corner on the Worcester, force them back out. There we go. I mean, Worcester can Citadel the Salem at those range, but Salem can also Citadel the Worcester at that range, so, you know, here we go. Kremlin's still sitting there trying to desperately block points, not really getting much out of it. Haragumo desperately trying to do something to the Minotaur. Daring going to get him spell spotted by the opposing Daring. Should be the end of him. Hoffman finally be able to try and get involved in the game as he watches his Kremlin dying. Blind fire from Salem into the smokescreen does not connect. First salvo. Couple more salvos of attempts though. Does actually connect with that one, and now he switches his guns over to the Kremlin. Takes that down too with a double strike to finish them off. ERARE taking game 2 and the series, and we'll go find a game 3.